part two of my Holley EFI install, and got a little bit of stuff done while I was waiting on parts. Before I go any further, I figure I'd let you guys join back in and see the final stretch of this install. Okay, so here's what I got. The wiring is mostly done, which there's not a whole lot left. Got a little tab that's gonna hold this wiring harness down. Temp sensor is in the thermostat housing, it's plugged in, and then all the other wires are kind of zip tied together, going towards the back. And then here's my inputs, outputs, which I'm only gonna be using this light blue wire right here. That's gonna be for my fan on my radiator. And then I got everything loomed and ran to the back over here by the blower motor. And this is your fuel pump relay and then your main fuse for the power for the sniper. That light blue wire runs the trigger ground for the relay on my baby little fan. Yellow wire to the negative side of the coil. As far as it running, it's most of the wires. I've already ran the fuel pump wire and the power wire. And for now, I just have the 3.5-inch touchscreen just kind of hanging out in the passenger seat. And since no one rides with me anyway, moving along to the back, here's my fuel pump wires and my power wires. And I've already got the fuel pump terminated. And then here is my fuel pump positive and negatives. Ended up going with the regulator filter inside the trunk. It was just going to get really crowded and a bunch more fittings. And it was going to get really complicated. Got my two straights coming out of the fuel pump, and then I have my inlet right here. Got a 45 coming out for the return, and then my supply feed for the sniper is right here. Goes into a 90, into a bulkhead, and then underneath the trunk here is where the bulkhead comes out, and then I'm gonna put another 90, and that's where I'm gonna run the lines all the way to the front. You'll see here, I've already got two of the riv nuts drilled to the floor and crimped. Still gotta have to do two more. Those are the riv nuts. I love using riv nuts where you can. Just makes life simpler, especially with only two hands. Getting real close. Got tires mounted. Pretty much everything is kind of plumbed into its destination. I'm ready to rock and roll. Get this thing driving again. I'm tired of not driving it. I think what my plan is attack all the simple stuff. This is what I'm going to be replacing the fuel pump with. Just this block off plate. Pretty universal. Oh yeah, that'll work. Yep. You know what they say, a dab will do you, a blob will screw you. O2 sensor right here. I think I've got enough room to put it here or here at the right angle, so I think I'm gonna mark it there. That is one pimpin' exhaust system. Custom clearance. Yeah, let's go put another 2 sensor in this pig. That'll work. That ain't sealed, I don't know what it is. See that? So these riv nuts are pretty cool. What you do is you drill a hole that's gonna fit these knurls, and you stick this little tool in there, thread it in, and then once you have it in the hole you want, hold it with a wrench, tighten it down, and it squishes it all together. Pretty cool. A lot has happened since I last recorded. I'll start off by saying this. The fittings I got, I cheaped out and didn't do the Earl's fittings, which I knew I should have. The Chinese junk ones ended up not working, so I had to wait for those fittings to come in again. Since I was already kind of running late on my own timeline, I went ahead and got everything made. This is my supply line. It's all sealed and right into the inlet of the filter regulator. Here's my return right there. Got my vent tube on. It's long right now because I don't know exactly how I'm gonna run it. Supply line up to the front to the bulkhead. Fuel pump wires are hooked up. Here is the filler neck. Now I didn't use the one that Holley sent with the tank, and that's because my tail pan, right, you can see the bend right there. My tail pan's actually been hit. It's got rear-ended a few times now. The tail pan was like right here, so it was like 1.5 inches off. I do have the old gas cap, and you can see where I just trimmed it, welded it back up. Other than that, everything else is ready to go. Like I said, I was meaning to videotape, but I just had to get it done. So I have the vacuum advance plugged into that port, bent up a new line, down to the distributor. Let's try to fire it up. I already cycled the key a couple times to make sure everything was good to go, as well as setting up the initial sniper, which is super easy. Fuel pump. Like butter. Wow. It's alive. No leaks. Do y'all understand how long it's been? The dirt on the car should say it all. Yeah, it's been a minute.